Hey everyone, my name is Cara Bradley. If you're like most people, you're walking around in a busy mind. You are consumed with thinking. You feel like you can't turn off the mental noise. And in many ways, you feel like you're a brain on a stick. Do you ever feel like at the end of the day, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even smell anything today. What did I even eat? I don't even know what my body feels like because I've been living in my head, in my thoughts all day long. Well, this series on flow is going to help you to get out of your head, to get into your body and senses, and to experience flow. What is flow? Flow is a spectrum of optimal states of well being and performance. In flow, we feel fully engaged. In flow, we feel like we're totally immersed in the moment. In flow, we feel more, sense more, know more. In flow, we feel fully alive. This series of videos is going to help you to notice that, to glimpse that in your everyday life, when you're at work, when you're playing, when you're with the kids, when you're out in nature. Starting to get to know what flow is going to help you to lean in and experience flow more often. And not only flow when it's like a good moment, but actually flow when you need it most. So, what is flow? Flow is this spectrum of optimal states where we feel better, we perform better, we know more, we sense more, we connect more deeply. In flow, we have access to so much more information than we do when our minds are busy. So, what does flow feel like? Well, I like to say flow feels like being fully alive. When you are just lit up, when your senses are lit up, when you're sensing more, when you're hearing more, smelling more, tasting more, knowing more. Well, what happens when we're in flow? My good friends at the Flow Genome Project, Jamie Wheel and Stephen Cutler, call being in flow a non-ordinary experience. When in flow, action and awareness seem to merge. We come online in full focus. We have this deep concentration in whatever it is that we're doing. In flow, our sense of time slows down or speeds up, but it doesn't feel like normal, everyday, busy life. It feels like we're living in this different dimension. When we're in flow, our sense of self and our sense of self-consciousness goes quiet. We forget that we're not supposed to be doing what we're doing. We forget that we're not as good as perhaps we think we are. We forget to listen to that inner critic. In flow, all aspects of our performance goes through the roof. Like I said before, we feel better, we perform better, we connect more deeply, we are more open and available to new opportunities and new ways of looking at things. In flow, everything gets heightened. So why aren't we living there more often? Well, that's a good question, and that's what I hope to answer for you. First, I want to just say that you are already experiencing flow. There are moments that are happening every day when you are in and out of these heightened states of awareness, when you're in and out of these states of full sensory experience. And so in the next few videos, we're going to find out how to access flow, how to get to know flow, how to return to flow when you feel tripped out. So I hope you enjoy the ride. Thank you so much for joining me.